over to you. Let's hear that conversation.
Good morning, Betty. Anytime from now, of course, we're expecting CS Munez, but as you've mentioned, I'm with Daniel Rono, the Member of Parliament of Keyio South constituency. Remember in 2017, President Uhuru had gave a directive, then mining CS Dan Kazungu, to expedite the compensation process of residents living in Elgeyo Marakwet County. This particular juncture, this is the FLUORSPAR Mining Company, where residents were to be compensated to pave way for the FLUORSPAR Mining Company. But just to paint a picture, I'll engage Member of Parliament of Keyio South, Daniel Rono. Maybe talk to us of what we should expect today from the CS.
The CS Mining is visiting us today. He has called for a meeting. He has not really briefed us as to why he has called the meeting, but our expectation, of course, is the issues of compensation, which our people have waited for a long time. We expect him to tell us the people will be compensated in what manner. We expect the land commission, the chairman has already arrived, Swasuri. We expect him to tell us the report on the task force that was given the job to do, and also to do the evaluation of the land. So we expect him to tell us he will compensate how much per acre for the individuals who are living in that shamba. The critical thing is not only the land compensation, but the difficulties of what the people have gone through, the issues of actually being relocated. Because as we are now, some of our people now really are not really interested in money. Some of our people want land for land. They want to be given land in return for land. There are other areas also where the mining may not really interfere with the settlers of that area. So we need the whole exercise to be relooked into, so that we will be able to know whether these people actually should be relocated or not. So, but by and large, we want the implementation of the presidential directive that was given last year, 2017 June, when the president was in Chepkorio grounds during his campaigns.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, Bwana Mheshimiwa, this time round, do you think the process is long overdue? Because a task force was formed and they handed over a report to the interministerial committee that was formed by the president. But up to now, do you think when the CS will be coming here in Uasin Gishu County, do you expect anything?
Yes, we do expect, because as things stand, it's long overdue. For sure, it's long overdue. It's a year. It's a year since this exercise began. And not only is it a year, it's many years. From the time the factory started, from the time the mining started, we are talking about 40 years. So 40 years for people to have lived in some place, and with all that noise of mining, the land being used, not being compensated for, all those years. Only for we have had 3 presidents. We have had 3 presidents. The father of Uhuru was the actually president when that mining company started. Now we are expecting the son now, after almost 40 years, to compensate the people. It's a lot of agony that the people have had to go through. We have even taken cases to court. We have had people come together, but we expect this matter to be settled amicably. We expect this matter, now that the task force has finalized its job, it has handed it over to interministerial committee, the evaluation has been done. We want them to tell us today what they have in their pockets. It will not maybe be fair for me to already cast aspersions as to what they will tell us, but let them be prepared that they have come up with something good, because all that time They cannot have just been wasting people's time.
Lastly, Mheshimiwa, do you have benefits from the FLUORSPAR mining company thereafter if people are compensated? I remember FLUORSPAR used to be the economic lifeline for residents living at that particular area, especially Kimorer.
Yes, FLUORSPAR has been the mainstay. Actually, it has really helped our people when it was operational. But about 2 years ago, it was closed down just because the individual who was running the factory alleged that the market for the product was no longer there. At one time, he was saying the prices have come down, the international prices have come down, but we have done our legwork, and we understand that actually he messed up with the market himself. He wanted to undercut the people who were actually doing the job, who were the co-between in the business. So it is those people who got annoyed, and they had to source the products from other places like Singapore, South Africa, and so forth. But we want, we were discussing with the PS yesterday of mining. We want immediately after this compensation issue is handled, we go out and do what we call international tender, so that people, bidders can be invited, so that they can continue and actually resuscitate the company, so that the company can continue mining, because the product is still there. We have about 50 years to exhaust that mining, that product of FLUORSPAR. So we want the job to start now. The people are suffering. It has literally ground to a halt the economy of the place. But earlier on, the place was vibrant. Schools were operational well. As it is the other day, one of the schools is threatened with closure. The road now is not very good because the FLUORSPAR used to maintain the road. So it has caused a lot of economic imbalance in the area. But we expect it to take off immediately after the compensation issue is handled.
Thank you very much. Betty, that was Daniel Rono, the Member of Parliament of Keyio South constituency, and as you've heard from him, he now wants the government to expedite the compensation process of residents living in Kimorer area along the FLUORSPAR, where the government was to compensate residents to pave way for the FLUORSPAR mining company in Keyio South, Elgeyo Marakwet County. Back to you, Betty.
All right, Elvis Kaskithia, thank you very much for that conversation. We'll keep an eye on that. All right.